Okay, we're dropping in 10 seconds. 10, 9.
I wouldn't say Darren's as much as the rookie. I mean, he is as far as the first year on the Snowbike, but I can see the skill sets he has and possesses, and it's great to be out with a guy that's confident in the backcountry and just knows how to pick lines and have fun.
You know, in mountain biking, you need to be creative, very creative, and that's kind of what all of the industry is kind of known for, is being able to read terrain and create something amazing out of it. So for a guy like myself to go out in the backcountry and all this snowy, fluffy playground with all these undulations in it, it's just a dream come true. It's pretty rad seeing Reagan use the terrain a little differently than I would have thought sometimes. So now it's like, oh, okay, sweet, we can do that on these things. All right, it's game on.
Let's face it, that big sender I got the other day, that was courtesy of Berrecloth. He spotted it up, and he knows the lines, and he knows how to do it all. So it's good spending time with him and helping him grow as a rider too.
I think the camaraderie is my favourite part. You know, I got to hang out with Buttars. I never met him, and he's a super nice guy and really humble and was willing to help. And I liked that part of it, you know, just the fact that we're all a brotherhood and we all helped each other through. We all had some little issues and no one got stuck out there. Whew. I just realised that I'm leaking oil everywhere. Realised on the way in, you can see the side glass here, there's no oil in it, but turned the warming hut into a mobile garage here. Once we seal up the valve cover, we should be able to top it up with oil and we should be good to go. So it's a minor fix. Keep that away from the fire. This line here actually still got a kink in it. That might have just fixed all of my problems. Wipe this seal down, clean this all the way out, put it back on nice and dry, and hopefully I'm good to go. Sometimes you just gotta make do with what you have. When I go riding bikes, I need to have a good group of savvy dudes with me because your life's on the line. If you haven't got guys that are looking out for you, depend and care about you and are willing to go above and beyond to get everyone back off the hill, then you don't need those people with you. You need someone that's willing to stay there in the dark and drag every single person back, and that was my favourite part. Yeah, this round here up here in Braylon's been a better ride for me compared to McCall. I think McCall, like, I didn't even know what gear to have and what to expect, and I was unconfident and nervous, and then obviously way out of my comfort zone and just making mistakes all the time, and it just kind of wears on you a bit when you're always the guy falling, you're the guy getting stuck in the trees, learning lessons. I was learning what not to do, and it was good for me, but definitely had more fun this trip.
You keep your head up and just turn down. You got on the gas a little soon, so it kind of straightens you out, and then you fall sideways a bit, but you were right there. And I mean, I'd say if you could confidently get away from that rock, there's probably not a line in there.
I'll give it one more shot.
I was really proud of Maddo's learning curve. You know, the big mountains can be overwhelming in places like that. It's not something you can just roll into and be like, yeah, I got this. And if you think you do, but you should think again. Everybody thinks this is, let's just go out and play in the backcountry, but there's a lot to it, you know. When you're showing up to the truck at 9 o'clock and you've had your 2 sandwiches for the day like 6 hours ago, you're starving, you know. There's still 2-3 hours of work to be done at that point. Super long days, a lot of effort spent, and crack of morning comes again, and it's just hit repeat. Get the bikes loaded, maintained a little bit, and hit that trailhead again. I had laid one of the steeper lines through a pretty epic chute down the corner, and he took what he saw from my line and just put it through his head and decided to step it up and get into a next level kind of chute for, I think, the level that he's at. He went in there and figure eight and bow tied my line, and he just came down totally excited, and it was just awesome to see.
Man, cresting over that hill, it's so steep, I'm questioning whether it's going to avalanche, and I don't have a clue, but learning to drag that foot, starting to feel confident now, and that's the steepest, gnarliest terrain I've ever been on, but I'm having the best fun of my life. That was just a wild ride. I want to cut more lines like that for sure.
In the backcountry, having the snow stability and the conditions line up, it's kind of like a royal flush in poker, It's one of those things that doesn't come around often, but when it does, you just got to get it while the getting's good.
There was a few lines that were out there that the snow was pretty sketchy, definitely some avalanche risk, and we didn't want to go there, but the mountains just keep getting taller, and I think there's lines that we're going to be able to do in the next year or 2 years that will make this stuff look like child's play.
I've got so many things in my head still all the time. I dream about stuff that may not ever be possible. I keep dreaming, I keep working it out in my head, whether it's building it, salting it, whatever you got to do to make that feature happen and actually execute it to say, check, it can be done, and then, move on.
Yeah, it's cool just to be able to push these bikes to the limits and see what they're capable of, and at the same time adapt. I'm adapting the way I ride. I'm just going to roll with the times. We're all progressing this sport and we're progressing this concept, and we want to inspire other people to come out and try this. It's the best fun I've ever had on my bike, and I had a lot of big crashes today, and here I am, I'm not even hurt. If that was dirt, I'd be in hospital right now. So there's something to be said about riding on snow and being able to land in 8 feet of powder. I don't really foresee myself boosting huge in the snow, breaking records or anything like that, but I think it's just more about the lifestyle of it. I'm from the beach in Australia, and I'm so out of my zone up here, and it's just amazing. There's not one man-made object inside up there, and it's cool to just feel that sense of isolation and be thankful.